Welcome, everybody, to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and Attention Coach Jeff Copper, and today we're here with Laura. Laura, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jeff.
Those with ADD can't be bored, and so often they'll use a structure or something to kind of help them, and if they use it over and over, it gets kind of boring. And I wanted to bring you on the show because you have a fun, unique thing about time, and you've got lots of structures that are a lot of variety. So can you talk to us about time and how you keep time?
Yeah, it's amazing to me how long something takes. Sometimes I'll think it takes very long, or I don't realize nearly how long it does take. So I ended up using timers, and I realized if I don't use them, I end up with a real problem. And I also realized that if I use the same timers, then I get very bored, and it's just so.
If you use the same timer, does it almost come invisible after a while, like it doesn't work?
Yeah, I just don't pay attention to it at all because it's almost like background noise. So when the timer goes off, I have to pay attention to it. If I don't make that choice, then it defeats the purpose. But having different timers is what really helps.
And can you share with our crowd some of your timers?
I can. So I've found these in all different kinds of places. It's kind of a cool thing to collect if you have ADHD. So, for example, I have this one.
Yeah, hold it up a little bit so they can see it.
Sorry. So, maybe I should shut it off so it doesn't beep quite so loud right now. But so when you turn it on its side, this says 30 minutes, and it'll 30 minutes later it'll make that noise.
You flip up the amount of time you want. Like 5 minutes, you got 0, 30 minutes, and you put it on that, and it automatically starts. Okay.
Right, it automatically starts, and when you're done with it, whether that time is up or not, sometimes because this one's so loud, it really motivates me because I don't want to hear it, and I'm very sensitive to noises. So when I set it for 20 minutes, and it really motivates me because I can just flip it back to the 0. When you flip it to 0, it just does like a little beep, and a little red light comes up on this edge of the cube, and I don't have to hear the big loud beep, but so that's one of them.
Yep. So she uses this sometimes.
Yeah.
Next one.
So this is another one I use. It's just a
kind of a stopwatch.
Really, just a basic stopwatch. It kind of appeals to me just because I like the colors.
It's also portable because you can put it around your neck if you need to.
And you can put it around your neck. This is something that I really like when I was first struggling with time and in the grocery store and stuff. And anyway, it goes around your neck, and if you're out somewhere, you can't forget it because it's around your neck. It doesn't beep, though. It's something that you can look at and kind of time yourself. It's nothing that beeps, so that's another option.
Got it. All right.
Then I have this one, which is
the sand timer.
It's like a little tooth. So anyway, it's just a sand timer. But so you flip it up, and like everyone knows how a sand timer works.
And what do you use this for?
I do use it for brushing my teeth.
Okay.
I found that for some reason, brushing my teeth, I would start. It's like boring. It's the same thing. Boring.
Yep.
And I just wanted to get through that part of my routine and move on to my next part of my routine and not end up getting involved doing something else. So found if I use this little timer and I use it to make sure that I get my teeth brushed and flossed by the time it goes, is at the end. It helps me sort of stay there and focus on what I'm doing so I can move on to my next task as opposed to running around with a toothbrush in my mouth and like next thing you know, creating something.
All right, we got that one. Next.
So the next one is this. I use this a lot in the mornings.
Time timer.
It's a time timer, just like the next one I'm going to show you. And so I can see how much time has elapsed, and I really like this one because there's a lot of time when I'm like, how long is this going to go on? And then, I realize time is passing. My hair is going to dry this morning.
Yeah, you actually get to see time in a pie chart as opposed to like a digital. It's kind of hard to convert that visually, or even an analog time. You have the hours and stuff, but you don't see it pass the way it does here.
Yeah, and sometimes numbers get a little weird for me, and they don't really necessarily mean anything. So this way, I don't necessarily have to look at any numbers. It's just I know when there's this much red, I know what that means. So
excellent. Okay.
That's that one, and then that'll go off.
Oh, okay.
And so this is a time tracker, and so this one it has 2 timers, and this light on the top turns green and red and yellow, and so you turn it on the back, and there's a few things I like about this timer. One of them is that it won't let you set it wrong. It just won't turn on, which is a good thing for me. And so, but it has like a warning timer, so I can set it, say, for like 10 minutes, and the green one for 15 minutes. And so when if my goal is 15 minutes, it'll still give me a warning at 10
Warnings,
minutes.
okay.
So I turn it on. It turns red. Oh, because I didn't hit start. So see, so I hit the start.
Yep.
It turns green,
Got
and
it.
it'll
Okay.
make noise as well.
Okay.
So
Excellent.
it's another one.
And you got one more, I think.
Oh, of course. There's always more. This is only some of them. So this one is my time timer watch,
Okay.
and I really like this one. You can tell if you look very closely at it why I like it. So it's just like the other one. It's on me all the time, and it does digitally, just like the other.
Just like the bigger clock.
bigger-
Yep,
yes. So
it does.
You
Yep.
see the red, and then you see.
Only it's portable.
Exactly.
So-
and makes the little nifty red.
So these are all kind of cool gadgets, but I think one of the keys really is that you don't stick to one. The variety is important for you.
Yeah, very much so. And I don't use like all these timers during the day. I just, I have a box sort of or a drawer of them, and I may not even remember I have some of them. Then when I realize I'm starting to fall off using my timers or things aren't going quite right, I pull them out and I can say like, oh, I have this one. And all of a sudden, because I have a little mouse-shaped timer, I'm using it, and
Yep,
whatever
yep.
it works. So
Awesome. Well,
Right.
Laura, thanks for coming on the show, and I hope out there that if you struggle with time, you might play around with the gadgets, because it's just not the gadget, but the variety and the difference of gadgets to keep your attention engaged on time. So, Laura, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.